Hey guys, it's Kosi. Welcome back to episode 2, in which I attempt to get from 0 to hero in an all-out puck experience with no external gold, no Red.io connection, not that it matters this early in the expansion anyways, no friends, and seemingly no proper talent build, all the way up to Keystone Hero, on a class that many say is one of the worst right now and is totally not busted even in the hands of a muppet like me.
Stop the cap!
In the last episode, I spoon-fed you with all the information required to not only get gear like this in no time, but also how to be successful in PvP without doing actual PvP, which ended on us rocking a solid item level of 592 to start us off in our Mythic Plus adventure that surely, without any doubt, will go super smooth, no issues ahead. Man, this was rough already. But before we go there, two quick things to bring up. First, thank you for the insane showing of Hobby Love on the last video. It's so much fun to see how all of you are excited and semi-horny for 0 to hero again. The second thing is, after about 37 comments towards the blob mechanic on the final Ara boss, I'm almost certain, you may or may not, can also kick them to get out of it. But that's just a guess of mine. Now then, without any further ado, let's jump right into the episode 2 of this series that brings us a vault, the first week of Mythic Plus, a rare Kusi raid appearance, as well as some loot luck that will get any Guildmaster side chick splooshy. So if that sounds like an episode you want to dust off your holy hammer, pause, to spread some retribution among those foul Zagzags, dragons and demon worshipping edgelords, then let me quote my favorite Bible verse that states, "And on the third day, the Lord said, like and subscribe, you bitch." Not an actual Bible quote, by the way. Oh, I guess I never actually read it. Alright, so after racking up some solid T8 delves to ensure some quality, grade A, surely remarkable hero talents in our vault, my ass was ready to obtain what's rightfully mine. Wait, what?
What do you mean by that?
However, first, we needed to do our weekly duties because it's time walking week. For those that don't know, during a time walking event, you get a one and done quest, which will reward you with a normal item level item from the current raid. That quest requires you to either do 5 time walk dungeons via the group finder, or kill 5 bosses of a special time walk raid that is attached to that week. And because it's the Burning Crusade week, we are talking Black Temple. Not only is this a beautiful memory of mine, of all the years of playtime I wasted ever since I started this trap of a game, oh boo-hoo! But it's also a place that is easier than LFR and grants higher reward in champion. And just because that's not enough, the quest to kill Illidan will give us a random hero item of this raid as well. Win-win and win. So without wanting to bore you with this AFK item farm, here are the results. From the Time Walk Weekly I received a wrist item which, yeah, I guess it's an upgrade. I mean, it's cool and all, but getting something like wrist or cloak is always a bit anticlimactic, isn't it? But there's still the Illidan chest, so oof. Oh man, that was tough to watch. Let that be in the past, cause now it's vault time. All my money was on those 2 hero slots from Delves in order to deliver big, but boy, did I not expect to see this thing first week. Mark of Cardos is easily the best trinket we could rock right now. The insane amount of mastery that is up every pull with a 90-second cooldown, this is a no-brainer. Is what I would say if one of those mentioned hero items wasn't a headpiece, tier set style. And all of a sudden we had a decision to make. I talked about this on stream, and considering the mark as champion, which goes up to 619, this was rough. I eventually decided to go for the helmet because our tier set is quite insane and I'm certain I will get my hands on a trinket one way or another. But I can hear you ask, what about Mythic Plus, you goofing around doing God knows what, so what's the deal here? And I got you, fam. To be fair, I wanted to do delves to potentially get some extra items, but that failed horribly. So into the mists we go. Our very first key is one that arguably was my favorite during Shadowlands. Not only is this a sexy 3-boss dungeon, which means it's rather short, it also has a minigame that is entertaining to do while being a little change of pace. Also, can somebody actually explain to me how the little root gate works exactly now? I've been told you need to have herbalism, but I do have herbing almost maxed out at this point. What's funny about this key is, I thought it's a Mythic 0. No mistakes, just happy accidents. But with this being our very first key of the series, we do need to talk about the affix that is occurring this season. It's called Salatar's Bargain and has 4 different variations, and because talking about all 4 of them would be super confusing, we just gotta mention the one that is active at this week. Ascendant is the one we are dealing with here, which lets exactly 10 void droplets rain from the sky that will attempt the cast. In order to benefit from those, we need to get rid of them by simply using any kind of CC, displacement, kick or even purchase. By doing so, we will receive a buff of 2% haste and movement speed per orb. If we fail to do so, every mob that's currently in combat will receive the same benefit. And haste on them means more slappage on the tank. So how can we, as Paladins, contribute to this fun new minigame of our Queen Salatits, Tat? Well, we do have Blinding Light for one. However, it's very meh to use as it's very limited in range. It also has a cooldown that isn't really suited for this, as it's only up every third ball spawnage or so. But still something to use and to help out, so we're still gonna do it. To potentially snipe remaining orbs, we do have Hammer of Justice and of course our kick. Some classes are really suited for this. I must say Paladin ain't one of them. But back to the actual key. As you can guess, I was very excited for this one, as this was actually the first key for me this season. I waited with that for the 0 to hero, so if that dedication doesn't make you subscribe, then I don't know what will. So because it's missed, let's talk about this funny minigame I mentioned. After ending the slavery of Lanky Stickboy, Mistcaller will help us figure out the way on our own, through a foggy, misted forest. The way to do this is by approaching them pedestals which give us a symbol. The symbol itself will always be either a flower or a leaf, but that would be too easy. So that means they come in different forms. We got empty, full, and with a ring around it. Which means you got 4 different options for either leaf or flower in the end. You know what, I'll just show you what I mean, and we make this little guessing game so you can follow along at home. We start off with an empty flower, followed by an empty leaf, followed by an empty leaf with a circle, and a full flower with circle too. So which one of them is unique? It's the filled flower, as the other 3 were empty. Good job if you guessed it right. If not,
are you stupid or something?
Alright, next we start on an empty flower with a ring, a filled up flower again with a ring, and an empty leaf. So what's the unique one? Okay, enough with that. The importance of this game, however, is that it also shows up on the boss fight itself. Mistcaller's guessing game will force you to react quickly, as this gets punished real quick. Maybe not on a +2, but on a higher key you can bet your baby oil looped up testes that it will. So again, rapid fire round, which one is the unique one? Empty leaf, full flower, full leaf with ring, full flower with ring. Empty dude, what the hell are you doing? Man, I'm going to have so much fun in this dungeon in the future, I can tell. The rest of the dungeon is more or less just clean up at this level, so we timed the key, gained our first rating, our first own keystone, and legs that I don't need cause of tier. Which is a good segue to mention that I used the catalyst in order to receive 2 Ps after getting our big veiny hero helmet. Hell yeah, baby. So naturally I wanted to do my own key because Stone Vault has multiple items that are fantastic stat-wise. Big neck, nice cloak, and Captain Insano in form of the Mastery Shard.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, okay, this is a very different game than what we just had in Miss. If Guzo YOLO posts like this, no wonder he died on this hardcore character every other week.
I know what I did. 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 No.
But having Guzo in this group, good clickbait title though. And even though we managed to kill 2 bosses, the hardest one was yet to come. Which we didn't even reach, cause boy did our Red Ranger get his nuts kicked in. And with that, we had both ways of playing a key so far. Successful and insta-dying on pulls. Fantastic. But you know me, I hit my head against the same wall as many times as it takes in order to get it done. So we go again. Is what I would say if my guild didn't ask for any DPS to join their raid night. Normal raid, which at that point I've done before on the stream on my Evoker, is hilariously easy. I'd argue it's easier than LFR because you don't need to deal with 15 people being AFK every fight. But before you complain about, oh I thought you won't get boosted at my sausage ball, hear me out. Yes, first of all, I already know what happens here, trust me, this ain't the boost. Keep in mind, I do know the bosses and I play Paladin, what can go wrong? But before, I needed to find a way to adjust my talents for raid, so I did some research. Apparently Herald of the Sun is the way to play, but because this was some last second invite, I had to hurry up to get some consumables and to adjust the mentioned talent build. In the end, it kinda looked like this. We taking some of the AoE damage from random Divine Storm procs and packing up the single target a bit more. So let's see what happens on our first raid pull. Eventually a good chunk behind the Survival Hunter, but with 595 item level, random ass gear and no clue about my just newly obtained heraldry, I'll take that for now. I was skeptical however about the damage the party provided so far, cause if I'm on second place, yeah, enough said. But me being second became a recurring theme, so we're gonna roll with that for now. Despite the potential damage issues, we went through this rather smooth, and once our Paladin tier token dropped, I quickly came to a certain realization. Question is, how many are there? We have 2 Paladins. Paladin, Priest, Shaman. Hold up. No Priest, no Shaman. It's 1-on-1, baby. It's 1-on-1. 18. Yes, baby! And yeah, of course I rolled a 99 against one guy. But wait, there's more. After killing the Nexus Princess that of course didn't drop the trinket, we went to the fat ass flashlight, and on my way there, one thing came to mind. And if I check him out now and he has chest, I'm gonna be creaming. He does have chest! Yo, if the token drops for Paladin, I have it. I got it. So my ass was both itchy and clinched up, to say the least. Not for the boss, cause let's be honest, light work. smack his fat cheeks while slapping some ads. Easy peasy. And... Come on, come on, come on. Yes! 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 My chair was putting in the work, man. We rolled an 8, but I was never happier. Though now was the part where I was for certain we ain't gonna make it through with the damage we had. Yet I felt wrong just dipping the group for that reason, considering I just got 2 pieces. So I told them I have to leave soon as it's almost 10 PM, but that didn't matter cause a few of the gang had actually mad connection issues and couldn't get back in. With that, the raid got called off with one thick ass dwarven paladin to be a happy little slapper. And yet, it's not only the T-set I took from here, it's the appreciation of Herald of the Sun. Paladin's AoE damage is stupid regardless, so of course I'ma play the build that also has some more single target. Still, I was very unhappy with one specific part of my gear at this point, my weapon. 571 was a disgrace for now, rocking 4-set, so I came up with a 5-head, 200 IQ, madman idea to fix that. I'ma get it crafted.
You're joking.
Why is that mad? Cause I got no gold. So I went farming, herbing and mining only, for a while. Up and down the ring deeps. 110k baby, and I'd say around 90 minutes-ish. I'll take that. And so it began. I got myself all the mats required, which cost me around 100k gold at this point, but one thing was missing, the quest to upgrade this puppy to 619. For those of you that don't know, there's a quest you receive called Our Chance to Strike, whenever you did the first question of the level 80 campaign. You know, the one where you just have to set up your horde in the Lion's base in Donegal. Doing this quest, which takes like 10 to 15 minutes, you will receive that exact same quest for free. Yeah, you heard me. Do some killing, queue up for the new follower raid boss fight, and it's yours. And with that, 48 item level increase. 48! Weapon damage almost doubled, boy oh boy. So I spent more cash to get myself a big enchant on that puppy right away, of course. With that, it was time to get back into the plays we didn't get to do earlier. This time our tank wasn't slacking and my damage was through the roof with 4-set and that weapon now. Holy moly. No trinket for your boy, but I felt like that would have been a bit too much to ask for. 915k damage overall in our first dungeon as the upgraded rougher. Easy money, baby. I also felt spicy enough to continue my own key, so we step into the City of Dreads +4. Many, me including, count this one as the more rough dungeons in this season, as some of the bosses really hurt and they are even quite unforgiving at times. But this party, man, barely an inconvenience. And yet not everything went as clean as smoothly as one would expect. Man, I can't wait to play healer in this expansion.